The Madlanga Commission, probing allegations into criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system, will resume its hearings today. According to the Commission, the new witness to take the stand is a South African Police Service ballistics expert. This will be followed by another witness on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, that will testify remotely but on camera. Then on Thursday, witness C will return to the stand remotely to finish his testimony. For more now, we take you to Agenda Anchor Ayanda Nyathi, who is on standby with the latest to come out of there. So Ayanda, the Commission enters its 18th day today, and a SABC ballistics expert is expected to take the stand. Tell us more.
Absolutely, Mko. It's less than a month since this inquiry started its work, and I think what's come out of here will have us talking 4 months to come. Day 18, as we mentioned, is going to start at 9:30 today when that ballistic expert takes to the witness stand. Unlike what we saw last week when the witnesses were testifying partially in camera, we expect this individual to be present here at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. And I'll tell you what, we've been here since the early hours of this morning. It feels like we've gone through 3 seasons with a dark cloud currently hovering over the venue here. But hopefully that's no metaphor for the substance really of what is being ventilated at this particular inquiry. Last week, witness A, B and C really painted what I think was a glib picture of the nexus between crime, politics and policing. You might remember when Ntantlam Kwanazi essentially kicked us off here earlier this month, he spoke about how there is this web, this network of criminality that not only involves politicians, but also politically connected individuals. And witness A, B, and C really ran with that idea, if you like, and crystallized the picture in some respects using their investigations into the killing of Ahmad Swat, that's the Vereniging-based engineer, to drive home the point about how it seems that there had been collusion taking place even in the upper echelon of the police, and in some instances went as far as implicating members of the judiciary in that alleged skullduggery. In fact, the acting judge president in Gauteng's name being thrown into the mix, and the judiciary has since responded to that, although there have been calls for caution that even the claim that was made against Aubrey Letwaba about some bribe being offered for him to allow Katise Molefe to be granted bail, that claim itself still needs to be tested, and before, of course, any kind of action can be taken. Today, we're expecting this ballistic expert to take things a step slightly further by helping us continue to connect the dots. I mean, last week, for example, witness A, B, and C spoke about a number of crime scenes, and I think today we'll get a better sense of how police, in their investigations, go about making connections in those different venues, so to speak, especially because on the face of it, it might seem like these crimes are not connected. But of course, once you go deeper below the surface, you find that there are, in fact, those indisputable connections. Kenny Mapanga has been watching developments here at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College since this inquiry started its work, and she joins us now live from inside the venue. And Kenny, that task of connecting the dots is set to continue today.
Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers. Once again, we expect that the evidence is going to mount during this part of the testimony, as this is one of the ballistics experts that will deal with the evidence that witness A and B, and to some extent C, have laid out before the Madlanga Commission that is probing those allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system. We've heard from the detectives on the ground the kind of work that they did to gather evidence that would link alleged cartel member Katise Molefe to the murder of Ahmad Swat. That is the April 2024 murder where he died in a hail of 23 bullets. We saw how there were multiple crime scenes that they combed through and several exhibits that they were able to gather from those crime scenes in order to piece that particular event together. Now, where the ballistic experts come into focus is that evidence by witness A that they had found those used cartridges in the motor vehicle, that is the Mercedes-Benz Viano, that was alleged to be involved, or rather belonging to former cop Michael Buletau. Now, what the evidence alleged at the time is that when they submitted it for lab analysis, that particular exhibit was omitted from the ballistics report. Now, what we're getting from that evidence is that this was part of the various efforts to undermine or frustrate the advances of the investigations into these alleged criminal cartels. We then hear evidence that it then moved to the KZN lab, and then of course we're waiting to hear an outcome of whether those results were positive or negative. But we expect that the ballistics expert must go into that realm, because we are told that this kind of evidence is crucial to these criminal syndicates, because it seems that one murder is not unique, and that a lot of these incidents involving alleged hits, involving a number of people that seem to have served as a threat to the operations of these syndicates and their ability to benefit and thrive, it's key to that assessment that we hear from that ballistics expert. We expect that that evidence will only take a day, and of course we're shifting away slightly today from the in-camera portion of the hearings. We can expect that that witness, he or she, will be seated in the witness box, as we've become accustomed to since the Madlanga Commission began. And of course there'll be a witness that will follow tomorrow that will testify remotely but will be on camera. And while Wednesday isn't accounted for, we do expect that witness C will finish off on their crucial evidence about the alleged interferences and experiences that accompanied the investigation into alleged criminal cartel, and witness C will do so remotely and only will be audible before the Commission, and that is to protect the identity of witness C, who is under 24-hour protection and is currently in a safe house due to the level of work that they had conducted into these alleged criminal cartels. The Madlanga Commission is pushing forward with its hearings and edging towards the end of phase 1, where we expect that we'll go into phase 2 towards the end of November. The hearing will begin at 9:30 a.m. this morning, with that particular witness on the stand at 9:30, and then of course we get more information regarding what the evidence will be focusing on. But for now, it's over to you in studio, Ayanda.
Well, absolutely. Kenny Mapanga, live to us from inside the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. So there you have it. Last week we heard evidence around tampering with ballistic evidence, cloning of police vehicles, burner phones, and intimidation to investigators. I imagine today's witness will build on that foundation. For now, from us here in Pretoria, Kolisi, it's back to you in studio.
Thanks very much, Ayanda. Certainly all eyes and ears, and we'll be taking our viewers there as and when the commission gets underway.